Okay, so it's gonna sound like I'm coming off of the hip with this one. However, I know what I want to say. It might come out in a format that's not technical. We'll fill it out and put it together the best we know how. Um, so let me start with something that happened to me that made me think of this, and that was a auto payments. I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with auto payments. This is something that can only occur with the capability of the internet, electronic transfers. So some of us, we like to be, especially if you got OCD issues, right? Like, you love the whole idea of compartmentalizing, and this bill is going to be automatically paid when this date because your check gets direct deposit, and your whole life is just like so much in order, and it takes a load off, right? And then in some instances, you have individuals, perhaps, or just certain situations or circumstances that are can't be detected, right? They come as surprises. So something happened to me where one of my accounts was charged for a auto payment. It was an annual one. It wasn't for a lot of money, but I don't think the amount counts. I think it's the fact that this auto payment occurred and I didn't know it was coming. Which makes it more interesting is this was a electronic related service that I was paying for, that I paid for. Let's be clear, right? And when I bought it, I felt like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool for what I thought was just like the greatest idea ever, right? And now a year later, I'm wrong about this shit. Like, I don't even want it no more. I don't use it. I don't think I ever used it. And somehow I went along with the whole auto payment thing because I'm thinking like, yeah, this is definitely going to be around for a year. I was confident coming out of the gate. And come to find out, so much technological developments has happened in the last year that I now see that it's phased out, this thing that I bought. Like, it's not worth it at all. So, with other things pressing as necessity, security, and just pressing, period, right? We can call it whatever we want to call it when the time occurs for whatever payments we want to be paid. But the fact that we are entrusting a thing, an entity, to be responsible for something that we committed to once upon a time on a continuous basis is a how should I word this? How should this be worded? It's kind of like saying we're giving away our feel of responsibility. We're giving away our ability also to change our minds. It's like any other service almost that offers you a free trial, and then after 7 days, the payment automatically kicks in. Do you know how much money businesses make off of that program? Because of the potential for the individual to forget. Like myself personally, I've actually now have set reminders on calendars to remind myself, okay, this is the last day you can utilize this product or service to see if you want it or not to end the trial, right? So what I'm saying is we're giving away our responsibility to be responsible on our own. Now, some people I know, like I said, the more analytical approaches, like people who are Virgo, have strong Virgo energy, probably love auto payments. And you're real responsible. So it's just like you tell yourself, like, there's no way possible that I'm not going to be doing these routine things. So there's no way possible that I'm not going to be paying these bills. So I'm not even going to play with myself like that and think that I'm going to go to Atlantic City or do some outlandish shit in between time to take me off of my routine. So I'm not using this time to put fear mongering out there. But what I'm saying is think about this for a closer minute and say, what if you want to change your mind about something, right? Have we become so comfortable with transferring our responsibility to this entity that we are allowing it to act on our behalf, right? Now, I'm sure there's some sci-fi movies you've probably seen out there that it's like, well, in some instances, this can be a fantastic thing, and I agree. And at the same time, I have my doubts. And this is one of the reasons why. Like I said, the amount of what happened is not the point. It's just the principle that it occurred a year later down the line. And this company, like, I know for sure this no, I don't know for sure. I take that back. I don't know for sure, because I was about to say this company didn't have the option to not have an auto payment. I'm not sure about that, so I won't say that. But what I do know is that the ability to change one's mind is something that should always be afforded to them, right? Like, I can't. Now I lost my train of thought, but I had said the amount isn't really the thing. It's the principle, right? Because I would still be whatever amount of dollars richer had I been able to change my mind. But my memory is stored in this entity that is allegedly there to protect me from being irresponsible or forgetful. And in the process, I gave it the ability for me to be forgetful and irresponsible because I forgot about this payment. Right? Makes sense, right? It sounds crazy, but it makes sense. Like, so now, in the bigger scheme of things, when I go do my taxes at the end of the year, for example, I'm going to calculate this payment as a business expense, right? But it's going to be a sunken cost because for the entire year it was not used. Now, had I had the ability to even like make a claim and say, well, you know what, can't you guys check in your back office or whatever and see that I haven't used this product at all, you know what I mean? And perhaps I did buy it and didn't even realize that an auto payment was checked in some small writing or whatever the case may be. Like, I really don't remember. I can't, I don't want to complain about it. It was done is done, but like I said, it's a sunken cost. But this rolled over into this whole bigger idea that's occurring to, let's say, like, now I'm starting to see how valuable paper money is. And I'm saying this, y'all, because I'm talking about being somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle, because this is how I look at it. Like, taking for the human flesh to take, I would say in this instance, scenario wise thinking, right? Taking back their power is by saying, I'm paying with everything for cash. I'm not doing this electronic shit no more until I can get more answers about why I've paid $38 banking fees because they charged me in the incorrect order of the way things were supposed to be charged on my account, because I know when my check comes in and when I'm going to pay my bills, but then they are deducting things from my account on the wrong fucking days, which ended up in an overdraft fee. This shit is wrong. I want my fucking money back. Who do I go talk to? Y'all been in those situations before, right? I know that shit tapped the vein for people who've been in those situations before. Luckily, I haven't been in those lately, but I've experienced those as well, to where I had to call people and be like, yo, you deducted my shit on the wrong day. And they got to go backtracking. And sometimes I caught them. Sometimes I'm wrong, but sometimes I caught them too. And that's an ill feeling when you catch them. And you're like, yo, you did this shit purposely, bro. Like, you did my shit early to get this fucking $38. Like, no, give me my fucking money back, man. You know what I'm saying? So, again, when you look at it in certain scenarios, it's like the flesh and bone human individual takes back their power when they start saying, you know what, I'm doing everything in cash now. Travel checks and motherfucking checks. If you're not doing everything in cash. And what can happen in that instance is the hustlers will save the world. The drug dealers will save the world. The gangsters, the thugs, the criminals will be the ones saving the world and saving the environment if this shit leans towards one way and not the other. And this is why I'm explaining this from a somewhere in the middle perspective, because of this one expense that happened unexpectedly for me. that says, yo, how far can this go if we put things on autopilot, and these terms and conditions are set up in a way that you can't be unlocked for the from the contract. And in order to access these resources, you have to tap into this entity, right? And in a lot of instances, you need passwords and password protection and security programs and X, Y, and Z. And now I want a surveillance camera under the surveillance camera and all of this other shit. And it's just like, is it really going to matter if you're face to face with someone who's trying to harm you? I think the minutes occurring in that moment will matter more, and a human's capability in that moment will matter more than a camera just watching them. Yo, you seen Cabin in the Woods? For all of those who haven't seen the movie Cabin in the Woods, watch it. When I first watched it, I thought it was gonna be some corny shit. Even I'm probably like a quarter way or halfway through the movie, and I'm still like, yo, this shit is corny. Like, I don't even believe I'm still watching it. And then when it started getting like to the middle, towards the end, and I seen what this shit was really about, I said, oh shit. Is this just some type of sick ploy of reality television for people who don't have to necessarily leave their apartments or regions or anywhere to do anything? Their life is pretty much laid out for them. There's no real risk involved through travel and shaking hands with people and negotiating and shit. So their entertainment is watching real life situations occur on cameras. I just pretty much spoiled the movie for you, but go check it out. There's even a horror twist on that shit. Go watch this shit if you haven't seen it. Pretty sure it's on Netflix or Prime or some shit. And again, it's going to make you ponder, because like, okay, let's make it simpler, because I'm getting a little dramatic. I can tell. But if you were to put your bills in descending order, and you make your own order, I'm not assuming what your order is, but if it came down to a scenario where you said, okay, look, this bill's not getting paid this month, it's going to be late. I don't give a fuck how they feel about it, what fee is going to be applied to it. Like, I don't care, because something else is pressing that needs addressing right now. So that cash that was being allocated to the timely bill is getting put to something else. See, before, you could just get the fuckets and be like, I'll see y'all when I see y'all, or y'all see me when y'all see me. You get a notice in the mail. Listen, ma'am, mister, you need to make this payment, or, it'll affect your credit score, whatever type shit going on, right? Or we'll, dead your service, whatever. But now it's like, oh, hook up your auto payments, your direct deposits, and the next thing you know, your bank is being charged. And you're like, oh shit. Like, you don't have that option anymore. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? No, I'm not bugging, yo. But you don't have that option anymore. So they're just attacking your bank accounts electronically. And they're not even there. And it's not even a person. Like, this is some fucking thing doing this. I mean, there's people who have controls to it, but it's some shit that you opted into, that you're locked into now, and you've lost your decision-making ability. And that's my point of this video. Somewhere in the middle. Being somewhere in the middle. So the questions now are you going to take all auto payments off auto payments and go to the traditional way of licking envelopes and putting stamps on them bitches and shipping everyone out their paper stuff and, taking the electronic notifications off of all of these businesses and taking it back to the traditional times? Or are you saying, okay, fuck the Flintstone shit. Technology's here. We're doing this. Just going to have to adjust and adapt and learn how to manage money better, or put more alerts and notifications on, pay more attention to my phone if you're not sleeping with it already, and do the other thing. Or are you somewhere in the middle as well? I'm out.